There's been a lot of talk about what you can learn from just a regular practice and what you can learn from a scrimmage. Where do you seem to learn more afterwards? Is it from a practice or scrimmage?
You know, thinking about both is we're doing a lot of game situations in practice. I think, it's almost equal now with our scrimmage and our practice situations because we're doing so much team and we're learning under fire. So I think in both situations I have the ability to learn a lot. So, yeah.
Coach Satake has talked about just the ability, especially when it comes to figuring out what the two deep looks like. It helps so much being able to go live. How much more help is that to you to be able to go live?
It's incredibly helpful. I mean, it's the ability to go and learn and do our techniques and all of our calls under fire. It's not just sitting and doing drills. I mean, you can do a lot with drills, but when you're sitting there with a defense in front of you, with a real man in front of you, and they're actually trying to do their job and you're trying to do yours, and everything's hitting the fan, I think that's a true situation where we can all learn and just improve.
Where do you think the offensive line is right now? I mean, is it where you would want to be at this point, or is there still some improvement to be made?
No, I think at this point, I think we're where we want to be, but of course, there's still improvement to go. We still have 2.5 weeks until our first game. So, I mean, that being said, we're doing really well right now, and I'm proud of all the work these guys have put in, but there's still ways to go.
It's an interesting position because, and we were talking about this on BYU Sports Nation, when you lose the caliber of players that you did from last year, yet a lot of people expect the offensive line to be even better. That speaks really highly of the guys that are vying for those spots right now.
I agree, and it's the point. We're trying to replace great talent, but that being said, it's that road's being paved over, and we're making a new road, and I'm glad that the fans are expecting a lot of us, and we're ready to show them what's up.
Where do you feel you are right now?
I feel really well right now. I feel good. Of course, I still got room to improve. But that being said, I feel like camp's going really well right now. I'm learning every day and improving every day.
What's this group like? When practice is done, you guys are in the locker room, or what is this offensive line group like?
Oh, man.
This is an opportunity for you to be able to tell some really good stories if you have them.
Well, I mean, it depends on the Pandora radio station that we're going to have playing today. But, no, yeah, I mean, we're definitely we're the funnest group. We're the most oddball group. And quoting Gavin Fowler, we're the weirdest group. But that being said, we're the best group. I mean, you come into our room. I mean, we have coaches and players coming down, like hearing us screaming Bohemian Rhapsody, and just while we're watching film. I mean, we have fun what we do, and I think that's what makes us bond as brothers.
So, what Pandora channel do you normally listen to? If it's not maybe Queen, obviously, but what?
70s, 80s, 90s, occasionally country.
Okay, is that you? Are you the country guy?
I'm more the 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm a little more. I'm pretty abstract with all my music. I mean, I like a little bit of everything. But yeah, we usually have a little steady flow of 80s. Steady flow.
There's nothing wrong with the 80s. It's the greatest decade, in my opinion. Again, just my opinion. So what has Coach Pugh, and Coach Grimes obviously as well, but Coach Pugh, since he's your position coach, what has he added to this group?
I think he's added an even greater personality, being a player soon, and also how he is. I mean, he's brought so much to us, the knowledge and just the ability for us. He stresses the bond that we need to share as O-line, and I think that's brought us closer. We've gone out of our way to become closer as brothers, and I think it's helped us tremendously.
The big story over the last couple of days, obviously, is just the fact that the coaches announced that the starting quarterback's down to 2, and Zach and Tanner will be vying for that. What's been your impressions of both of those guys from the start of camp? Because by all accounts, both have been fantastic, really from day one.
Of course. I mean, they've been busting their butts every day, and I mean, they've improved tremendously, and they continue to improve. And the thing is, there's a competitive nature between the quarterbacks, but they're both there's camaraderie between the two. It's not a negative competition. One of them does something, the other one congratulates them, and that's something that it pleases me to see that because it shows the leadership capability of both. And I think that's the biggest thing is, and as Coach Grimes said, as a starting quarterback, you got to win the team. So if they're trying to win me over, I'm like, I can't even choose right now.
So now it's interesting. I assume, though, because everybody wants to ask the offensive line, does it matter how you block based off of the quarterback? It really doesn't change what your job is.
No, it doesn't. I mean, no matter who's back there, we're gonna do our job no matter what, and we're gonna protect them no matter what. We just do our job.
You're always one of my favorite people to interview. I appreciate the time, and I'm going to listen to some 80s on the way back just after our conversation.
You should.
Thanks, Tristen. I appreciate it.
Thank you.